Good evening, my people. And it's a nice Sunday evening. A nice Sunday evening for me to dispense with something that we all like and love, the art of boxing. Here we go. I'm Jack Daniels at the Boxers Trainers channel, and hopefully the audience will enjoy this to offer. Let's go with the undercard of the main event of the David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade fight. We went through the rigmarole of that fight, and to capitalize it to a point of interest, uh, I'll just say that the fight was good. It was one of the best fights that I've seen all year, and in fact, the fight was really worth its weight in the energy that was put in to make the fight, and also the energy that was displayed by the fighters that put on the fight. So, with that in mind, let's get to the undercard. We're going to start with Jamal Charlo and Jose Benavidez. Now, I wasn't really sure of the winner, who was going to win this fight, because um, Jamal Charlo. Let's do the steps on him first before we get into the variables. Uh, Jamal is 32 years of age. He's 30. No, excuse me. Yes, he's 33 years. He's 33 years of age. He's 6 feet. He has a 73-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. He has 22 knockouts. Right now, before Jamal took a leave of absence from the sport, right? He was actually and still is the middleweight champion. Excuse me, the WBC middleweight champion of the world, right? He maintained that status as he does today, right? Because he went into uh, his championship challenges with the vigor and the desire to compete, and he displayed that even after 2 years of absentee from the ring, that his performance wasn't quite to. He displayed what he said he was going to do to hold their Benavidez, and I can't by no means. First, let me do the stats. Jose is 31. He's 6'2". He has a 72.8 arm reach. He's a right-hander. He has 19 knockouts, 28 wins back. I'm reversing that. 28. Let me reverse it. He has 28 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. He has 19 KOs. Now, Jose Benavidez is a warrior. I'm not going to even begin to try to discredit his championship desire to be good or to be great, because he has that. But I'm reluctant to say that his ability to be mobile and his movement is it's not what he was before I believe that he got shot. Right, you can tell in his attempts to move around the ring that he was hampered and hindered from doing so. Right, and I attribute that to the wound that he suffered as a result of being shot with that gun in the leg. Which leg was it? I have no idea. But the fact remains the same, that I could tell that his movement was hampered, and that's why I don't think that he was able to perform up to his expectation. Because again, Jose Benavidez is a warrior. The Benavidez family, the Benavidez brothers, are warriors. I mean, I just think that under the circumstances of Jose Benavidez' injury, that he might consider, it's hard to say, retirement. That's hard for a boxer, for one boxer to suggest to another boxer it's time to retire. But if he is not able to perform up to his expectation, not mine, then I think that the issue of retirement should come into play. I think that they should discuss that within the team and come up with an equitable resolution. Because I don't know, if he would have had the mobility to get around a lot of the things that Jamal Charlo was doing, he may have had a chance to win. Not saying that he would have, but his courageous attempt to win. He tried, but his inability to move around put him in a position where he was unable to do so. So that's my take on Jose Benavidez and Jamal Charlo. Next, I want to speak on Subriel Matias and Sojo Jahan Agassi, right? They was battling for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship belt, right? Matias is 31, 5'8". He has a 71.7 arm reach, and he's a right hand, 19 KOs and 1 loss. Agassi is 31. He's 5'10". He has a 70.9-inch arm reach. He's orthodox, also right-handed. He has 23 wins, 20 by KO, and 1 loss. Now, this was an interesting fight, to say the least. When I first got into this particular fight, I noticed that Agassi was pressuring Matias, or attempting to pressure him, because he had a solid right hand that he was attempting to deliver. But there's always the inevitable but. But Matias, on the other hand, would maneuver him in a position where he would stay close to him to minimize the impact of the punch. That was his strategy, to take away the power that he knew Agassi had, right? This went on, I think, for like 3 or 4 rounds. I mean, Agassi tried with all his earthly powers to stay inside, within a range where he could deliver a solid power punch, but Matias wouldn't let him do that. Matias stuck close to him and limited the thrust of his punch. Instead of being able to throw the arm all the way out, it was like, you know what I mean? It was like, and that was a clever display of defense. It was clever. I mean, for Matias to be in a position where he would put his body in the position where he would limit his opponent from throwing punctual punches. Oh man, that was brilliant. And it worked. Around the 5th round, Matias took him out. Or they stopped the fight, and the allegations were his leg went out on him. Now, I don't know if that was an actual fact or not, because I wasn't in the mind nor the body of Agassi. But I will say Matias was getting in that butt before this transpired in the 5th round. Matias took it over. in his pursuit to put Agassi away. So I don't know if it was the Matias punching power, or whether in fact that was the case may be, Matias won the fight in the 5th round, and it's on to another fight. Now it was said after the fight that Matias' next opponent would be Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero. How Rolly Romero got in a position where he's encountering good athletes is beyond my ability to comprehend. I just don't understand how he got in that position. But then again, it goes back to what I said about Ryan Garcia, right? Certain boxers / fighters are great actors, right? They can't box worth a you know what, but they can act. And Rolly is one of the fighters that I'm left with no other choice but to tell the truth. It's garbage. I mean, he has no discipline whatsoever when it comes to critiquing himself to the point where he can get in there and be a good boxer. He doesn't. He's untrainable, I think. Because I have to say he's untrainable because if you know boxing like I know boxing, anytime you get into a ring in a sparring session or whatever the case may be, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn something. Whether it is to throw a better punch, get on your bike, your feet work, grab a person and put him in a position where he can't anything. You're going to learn something. But I am behooved to say that doesn't apply to Rolly Romero. Now, I know that there is some Rolly Romero fans out there. How I don't know, but that remains to be seen. That I'm quite sure there are some Rolly Romero fans out there, and I am not by any means trying to destroy his credit because he don't have none. Okay, but for the sake of face, right? I hope that Roy Romero hears me and either calls me to his attention and let me train him, because obviously whoever's training him doesn't have the ability to get in his head that the majority of stuff he's trying to do is wrong. Now, anyway, I said that to say Matias' next fight, I believe, is Rolly Romero. Right? It's Rolly Romero. So, moving on, the next fight I'm going to elaborate on is another lightweight bout. It was Hector Luis Garcia versus Lamont Roach. Now, Hector Garcia fought Devontae Davis about, I want to say maybe a year ago, or whatever the case would be. And as is the case with Devontae Davis, he knocked Hector Garcia out. Stats. Hector Garcia is 32. He's 5'9", 66.9 arm reach. He's a southpaw. 16 wins, 10 by knockout, 1 loss. He's been stopped once, no draws. LaRoche is 28, 5'7", 68.1 inch arm reach. He's a right-hander also. He has 23 wins, 9 by knockout, 1 loss, no stops, 1 draw. Now to the fight. It was relatively boring. It was relatively boring. This is a type of fight where you're basically doing the best you can to hold your ground, right? But at the end of the day, the decision was gave to LaRoche, which wasn't a bad decision, because I think he did make a gallant attempt to box around Hector Garcia. and the judges felt the same. The undercard, I didn't have any knowledge of this until today, that Floyd Mayweather's prodigy, Carmel Moulton, fought on that card also. I didn't see the fight. I didn't see the fight. I did go back and look at the tape on it, and it was another one rounder knockout. Right now, I don't know if they setting this up. Let me get to the stats before I get to that. Carmel Moulton is 18 years of age. He's 5'2". He's a right-hander. He has 2 wins, 2 knockouts, no stops, no draws. His opponent, Hunter Timberfield, is 28. He's 5'7". He's a right-hander. He has 3 wins, no stops, no draws, 2 losses. Right, and one of the losses was at the hands of Moulton in the first round. Moulton, who can I say? It was a 1-round knockout, as was the case in the last 1-round knockout by Floyd Mayweather protege, which I'm thinking Floyd Mayweather, knowing him like I do in the sense of his promotional grandeur, is promoting his protege to be the next Gervonta Davis, right? I mean, that's what promoters do. They build a brand, and as it stands today, he's building a brand, and Carmel Moulton is the brand. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. Hope you all enjoyed that little piece. And like I say, you already know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit the subscription button if you haven't. Drop a comment in the comments section. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.